Hi guys, this is Greg Doyle for Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. Guys, prediction time. Fight I want to talk to you about takes place this Saturday, the 20th of March. It's the main event on the evening and it is for the vacant WBO Cruiserweight title. It is between Lawrence Okolie, who is 15-0, and he takes on Krzysztof Głowacki, who is 31-2. Okay guys, great to be back speaking to you. Fantastic fight this one. I think that it's a really interesting fight because one guy seems to be at one end of his career but could still easily be a prospect, and one guy seems to be getting better, more awkward, and has quite a bit of a murderous punch. So when you get two styles like that, there's something that's got to give. Either somebody's not ready for the step up or somebody's went to the well too many times. But in these videos, I will give you a brief background into both fighters, I will give you my keys to victory, and finally, I will give you my prediction. So let's start off with Lawrence Okolie. Lawrence Okolie is 15-0. He's got 12 stoppages on his record. Watched a few of Lawrence Okolie's last fights. He stopped Jezewski in 2 rounds, which I thought was a really, really good victory. Yeah, Jezewski was brought in at short notice. I believe it was meant to be Glowacki that he was fighting that night, but whatever happened with Głowacki, COVID injuries, etc., it didn't quite happen. The fight that I'm most impressed with Lawrence Okolie so far in his career is the victory over Yves Ngabu, where he stopped Ngabu in 7 rounds. I thought that would be a really tough fight for Lawrence Okolie. It was at times, but he dealt with that really, really well. And a win that I think is underrated, probably because it's really not one of the better fights that you'll ever watch, is the win over Matty Askin, because Askin was having a bit of a Indian summer in his late career where he was starting to get some decent victories and looked as though he could maybe progress onto European level and, you know, just move forward in his career and see where it takes him. But he takes on Krzysztof Głowacki on Saturday night, does Lawrence Okolie. Krzysztof Głowacki's former world champion. Some of the names on this guy's record that he's fought are incredible. He's also got a victory over Matty Askin. He stopped Askin in the 11th round quite a few years ago. He holds victories over Marco Huck, one of the greatest cruiserweights of all time. He's got victories, a victory over Steve Cunningham, former cruiserweight champion. His only 2 losses have came to probably the 2 best cruiserweights of the last 15 years, should we say, in Alexander Usyk and Mairis Briedis, who stopped him in the 3rd round in his last fight. That fight was a bit of a shootout, and you know, Głowacki walked onto a shot, and the shot that he walked onto, I think it probably end the night for most cruiserweights. So it's difficult to see where he's at in his career in terms of, is it all over or was that just a loss to an elite fighter? So it's really, really interesting. But as I say, he's former world champion, Głowacki, so anything is possible on Saturday night, and I really can't wait to see it. Keys to victory for Lawrence Okolie. Głowacki being a southpaw, he needs to look for the straight right hand. Everyone in boxing, if you've competed, sometimes I suppose you've not as well, if you watch, a right hand is always the money punch to trouble a southpaw. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a balance thing or about keeping your left foot on the outside of their right foot, but it's a shot that always gives them problems. So for me, Lawrence Okolie he needs to try and counter with the right hand for me in this fight. Keep being awkward, jab, hold your left paw out, don't let Głowacki go underneath, make him keep thinking, bobbing and weaving and use energy. For Głowacki, keys to victory is I think he needs to use his experience, and when I say use his experience, what I mean by that is try and be a little bit dirty with Lawrence Okolie on the inside in terms of rough him up a little bit, throw uppercuts to his body, a few rabbit punches round the back of the head, get him a little bit uncomfortable and unhappy, fire away his body. Lawrence Okolie is huge for a cruiserweight. I think he's about 6'4" or 6'5". Lawrence Okolie is very, very tall guy, so go down to his midsection, see what's going on down there, and then try and build in the second half of the fight. So keys to victory for me, for Lawrence Okolie, counter with the right hand, and for Głowacki, it's use your experience and go to Lawrence Okolie's body. Guys, over and on to prediction time. You get a feeling with some fights, and I don't know why this feeling has came to me. Could be just years of watching and competing in boxing, sometimes you just know the way fights are going to pan out. Yeah, we get it wrong sometimes, but I just see a counter right hand from Lawrence Okolie putting Głowacki to sleep. I don't know why, I don't know how. I just see two guys who punch hard. I just think that Lawrence Okolie is extremely difficult to fight. He's very awkward, and I just maybe see Głowacki gambling and getting caught on the way in like he did against Briedis. So my prediction for Saturday the 20th of March, the vacant WBO Cruiserweight title, is for Lawrence Okolie to knock out Krzysztof Głowacki. Guys, Greg Doyle, Eat Sleep Boxing Repeat. Please check out all of our social platforms and please subscribe down below. I'll be back to speak to you guys again soon. Thank you.